Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be going over the markets, looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, kind of all the markets have gone down. Stock markets across the world have gone down big time as well. So we're in a kind of the middle of a mini crash at the moment. Will it come back up? We'll need to wait and see. With that, we'll look at the charts, look at the Bitcoin chart, Ethereum charts, as well as look at some news. Okay, if you like these videos, please subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button on your way out as well. And leave a comment down below if you like these videos as well. Always reply to every single comment as well, negative or positive. Right, I've had a wee bit of trouble with lip sync this morning because I've transferred over to a new computer and getting the new camera set up as well, getting everything set up there. So I've had a wee bit of trouble, and I put a shocking video out this morning just to cheer everybody up. I don't know if it worked or not. But I've done that this morning, but hopefully this is going to be okay and I'll get it post-production as well. Okay, coin market cap, we can see here that we have an overall market capitalization of $259 billion. I do suspect it's lower than that, actually, and we'll look at the charts for the whole of cryptocurrency. We've also got Bitcoin dominance has gone up to 64.5%. We'll just look at the winners and losers. We've got AION up 45%. Bitcoin, Swipe, ABBC, multi-collateral coin, Binance, and that's a stablecoin. So there's only about 5% in the green, unfortunately. Down we've got Wakey Chain, BitShares, Algorand, Decentraland, Elf, Eternity Lisk, all down double-digit reds. In fact, a lot in double-digit reds, as you would expect. Okay, let's have a look at the Bitcoin. In fact, we're going to look at the overall crypto market capitalization. So 13 days has gone down $56 billion. It's gone back up slightly just now. It's up at 254 billion at the moment. So there's a bit of discrepancy between crypto coin market cap and the charts here. So, but that is a big drop over the last 13 days. So we'll look at what's happening with Bitcoin just now. We're actually going up at the moment. We're still in this flag just now, or this descending channel. I thought there was going to be a bull flag here, and it could still be that, could break out from here to the upside, but nearly touched down here around about the 9,000 mark. It hasn't quite got there yet, and it could do so today as well. Hopefully we can bounce up from here. We've got this line here around about 9,170, which I was talking about yesterday. That is kind of major support. If we go below that and stay below that and finish on the day below that, we could be seeing 8,800 and then all the way down to around about the 8,200 or even 8,500. Remember, we've got a gap to fill that usually gets filled for the CME gap, and we've got one around about the 9,000 kind of level. We've also got one down here at the 8,500 level. So between 8,600 and 8,000, so we need to hit 8,000 kind of 500 level to fill that CME gap, and we might bounce from there. We may see that. We've also, a lot of people don't talk about this, we've still got a CME gap to fill at the 11,700 area here back from August 2019. That gap has still not been filled. It usually gets filled out a lot quicker than this, but it's still not been filled yet, and it usually gets filled. So there's that to consider as well. Okay, so where to now for Bitcoin? We've just shown you kind of here. If it goes down below here, we're talking about the 8,800 level, and that kind of is in line with the 50 EMA. So it's perfectly here. You can see that if I zoom in. This red line is the 50 EMA, so it's in line perfectly with that. And I expect a bounce from here. If it goes down below that, then I would expect support to be hit down here. Round about the 8,000 level. So this support line, the long-term support line, this has been in place for about 7 years, could be hit as well down to 8,000. So that is a possibility still as well for Bitcoin. But look at the macro view. This is a weekly. We are still in a bull market. We're still really in a bull market just now. We've got a red candle here. We've seen loads of red candles like this, and we always panic. All the way up, down here, and all the way back up again as well. We've seen red candles. We're just seeing this again. This is just a natural part of what Bitcoin does, of what the market does as well. So if you look at the bigger picture, and then it kind of, hopefully, it kind of calms you down a wee bit, because you just see this red candle here, and it looks like a blip on what's happened before. You can see big red candles going from 10,000 to 8,000, losing $2,000 in a week. Same here as well, 8,500 to 6,800. So we've seen it all before. We should know the kind of situation from here. So this could be a good opportunity to short. If you want to short, you can use kind of Binance to short now as well. If you use the bear trading pairs, bear USD, bear, etc. You've probably seen those. So you've got XRP bear, Ethereum bear, EOS bear, and bear USDT as well for Bitcoin. So you could short if you still think we're going to go lower than this. You could short here as well for the major pairs on Binance. Okay, let's look at the Ethereum chart. Ethereum chart is looking very similar to Bitcoin. We're in this kind of bull flag pattern here. We're just hitting the bottom of that, around about the 230. I didn't think it was going to go down to below this, but we're just hitting that. It could go down below it. If it breaks down below that, then we're looking at 215. Then we're kind of looking at the 200-day close at $180 as well. So it could be that if we break below this bull flag pattern or this descending channel pattern or temp channel pattern, then we could go much lower to about $180, which could be good if you're really into Ethereum, which I am. I'm extremely bullish on Ethereum for the long term. I would definitely be buying more of Ethereum at their prices. But just now, this could be a good opportunity to jump in and buy this dip here. So for 3 days, it's gone from $280 to $233, and it could bounce from here and stay within this channel structure. So we'll see what happens here as well. But I'm looking to bounce from around about the $230 range, from around about here, to be honest, and back on up to the $270 range. If it breaks below this, we're down to 215. If it breaks below that, we're down to the 200-day moving average, which is around about $180. Okay, stock markets around the world just now are crashing big time. So we're just going to take a look at the stock markets just now. And we're talking big falls. So Dow Jones, look at that, the Dow Jones on the daily. And see these gaps here at the weekend. But the Dow Jones on the daily just now, Dow Jones is not open yet. But you can see those big falls. And we're talking 8%, and that's huge for the stock market. I've got the S&P 500, look at that kind of fall as well, around about the same, about 8% as well. We've got the Nasdaq, big red candle. We've got the Australian stock market as well, big red candles over the last 3 days. And we've got the UK dropped to 6,869 this morning before bouncing back up. It's bounced another 100 points, but we could be seeing another dip. Okay, this is a UK stock market, and this is with a support line including there since 2008. So we're talking 12 years that's been in place just now, and you can see we've hit that line again perfectly and bounced off that. And hopefully it's going to bounce off that again for any return to normality to come back. But if it breaks that, we could be in for a much bigger crash. I think this is just an indicator of what is going to come in the future. I think the markets are going to bounce from here. I think they're going to bounce back up from here. And they're saying it's all to do with the coronavirus as well. I think that's part of it, but I think that's kind of the straw that kind of broke the camel's back. But we'll need to wait and see again, see what transpires over the next kind of few days and coming weeks and months as well. Okay, on to some news. Crypto Potato, after another 3% daily bloodbath, the S&P 500 wiped $2 trillion in 4 days. Bitcoin price falls in the deep red. So as I said, $54 billion in the crypto markets within the space of 13 days, but $2 trillion within a space of 4 days in the markets. So starting off with the S&P 500, lost 3% yesterday alone, is down 7% in the last 5 days. Next on the list is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, like the S&P 500, lost 3.15% yesterday and is down almost 5% in the last 5 days. While a lot of financial experts are associating the losses with fears of the spreading coronavirus, the Nikkei 225, which tracks the largest Asian companies, is down less than 4% over the same period of time. So is this an excuse? For me, it seems like an excuse to say, oh, it's all to do with coronavirus. I don't believe it's anything to do with that at all. I think there's underlying issues there. Nicholas Merton, Datadash, over the last 4 days, markets retraced the entire last 2 months of stock gains. That's nearly $4 trillion of value lost in a blink of an eye. $4 trillion. Ethereum still coupled to Big Brother. Is Ethereum about to crash harder? So just kind of price, what we've just looked at with Ethereum just now, just talking about the price going down further just now. So just understand that this has no reflection on Ethereum and 100% tied to what Bitcoin does next. They have not been decoupled. This is a big thing about any crypto out there. Usually they're all coupled with the Bitcoin price. And this is what I keep saying about the dollar value. When the dollar value of Bitcoin goes down, the dollar value of Ethereum automatically goes down. Even if Ethereum stops trading altogether, it will go down. And so it's not decoupled. And a decoupling would mean people are still buying kind of the Ethereum and still buying Ethereum with, could be dollars, could be with Bitcoin or whatever. But it's not decoupled yet. And so the price is really related tightly to the Bitcoin price as well. So if Bitcoin breaks down to 9,105 or 50, then ETH will test at least $225. So zooming out shows a healthier picture with Ethereum prices still up 80% since the beginning of the year, but this will only remain healthy if the pullback slows down. Any asset that has made such rapid gains is bound to correct harder and faster than slowing moving ones, and ETH has been on a roll this year as well. So it's something to think about. I'm still very bullish on ETH and I'll be buying the dips for Ethereum as well. MoneyGram expands Ripple partnership with $11.3 million. So MoneyGram continued to expand its strategic partnership with Ripple as the first money transfer company to scale the use of blockchain capabilities. So this is from the SEC. According to filings to the Securities and Exchange Commission, money transmission network MoneyGram has gained over 11 million from the blockchain-based payments from Ripple Labs. So nothing in the SEC filings state that Ripple's investment what it will be used for. However, MoneyGram's agreement with Ripple has previously allowed it to use XRP and its blockchain product ODL to facilitate cross-border payments. Coronavirus outbreak causes delay in China's CBDC project. So the coronavirus outbreak is said to hamper China's plans to launch its central bank digital currency project before the end of Q1 2020. However, officials are reportedly forging ahead with the CBDC plan and are looking to run the pilot test before the end of the year. So the coronavirus outbreak has led to postponed work resumption in government institutions, including the People's Bank of China. Policymakers and research staff involved in the DCEP project are no exception, which weighs on the development process. So that's been delayed just now because of the coronavirus for obvious reasons. Lebanese citizens turning to Bitcoin amidst severe financial crisis. So according to a report by Middle East Monitor, the Lebanese are using Bitcoin and other crypto assets to move funds amidst the country's worst economic and financial crisis since the end of the civil war in the 1990s. And the report claims confidence in Lebanese banks has continued to decline over the last year, coinciding with a series of anti-government protests. And the banks have also instituted an informal capital control, which sets weekly limits on withdrawals. In addition, Lebanese citizens are restricted on international spending in an effort to prevent flight of capital out of the country. So stuff's going on around the world just now. We've seen lots of these kind of news stories where the banks have just lost control, the governments have lost control, inflation's hyperinflation set in as well, and Lebanon is one of them, another one to add to that list. Okay, thank you very much for watching today. Really appreciate your time, and sorry it's a wee bit late today. If you like these videos, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and hit that like on the way out. And remember, leave a comment down below as well. I always like to get comments and reply to the comments as well. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.